market. At it again. This is Kia speaking for you of you that don't know. And yeah, we're back, baby. Still in quarantine, obviously. Still living life, but you know how we do. We gotta keep it moving. So yeah, GBPJPY is what we're looking at, and let's get the ball moving. So, excuse me for the light today, guys, because I'm not in my natural domain. Everyone's sleeping upstairs, so I didn't want to wake them. So yeah, let's have a look at the daily time frame on the GBPJPY. See how this corona is affecting us. Corona. Okay, so it's running a bit slow today. Again, still need that laptop. So let's do a trend line. See where it's following. See where the breakout happens. Spread that out a bit. There we go, there we go. So, if we bring this down to like an hour chart, now that I've put a trend line on the bottom and it's broke out of that, then look at that. So, stretch it out a little bit. Hope you I got your morning brews. Okay, so as you can see, it's a bit of consolidation, isn't it? And just by where the market is now, you can see that it's consolidating. So it's kind of not leaving that area at the minute. Between this resistance line and this support line, they're holding quite strong. So it's kind of just pivoting, and we're just waiting for it to see where it wants to go. As you can see on the stock RSI and the MACD, it wants to go back up. So it looks like we're kind of pivoting between here. Now, for those of you who like to scalp, these are a good area to pick up from, because at the end of the day, this is something where you can scalp it between lines, because you know it's going to go towards the other line. Whether it goes other way is what you need to find out, and look at your stock RSI, MACD, and your candlesticks, the patterns of them. Sorry. But yeah, this kind of seems like it's just consolidating for now. We're waiting for a big breakout. As you can see on the daily, it was trying to begin a retracement. Whether that's to start a downtrend, I'm not too sure yet. I haven't looked at the chart properly. This is kind of just a rush idea, as usual. Whether it's just a short retracement, we don't know. So yeah, just have to keep an eye on it. I probably will do a bit more analysis on it later. But yeah, so you could technically call this. How do we do it here? 2 seconds, sorry. Is that a control line? It is. Okay, so I've just spotted a control line. What I was going to do was make the support line the control line, and down to the next line underneath it. I've changed my mind. So, here, it looks like we have a control line here, right? As you can see, it's kind of pivoting around it. Now, when it crosses over that control line, it's telling you who has the more strength in the market, whether it's the buyers or the sellers, the bears or the bulls. Now, you want to look at where the average is of the market to kind of understand what's happening. Now, you can see at the start, it was very bearish. Very bearish. You had the bulls try and come up, they weren't having it, pulled it back down. But then the bulls are kind of dominating, and they've kept it higher up. So that tells you that it's still on the uptrend. Now this kind of helps with the whole retracement thing. Now, this is our line. This purple line is the trend line that I drew on the day chart. So the fact that it's come out of that and then it's passed over the control line and down to here, you can tell that the bears are starting to take over again, because if there wasn't, one, it probably would have stayed above the trend line. Obviously, this area here, the support and resistance area here, is where both the bulls and bears are comfortable. If the bulls were controlling, it would have kept that trend line. As you can see, the bears are starting to take over, so they've broke out of that trend, and not only have they broke out of that trend, but they've broke over the control line as well. So they're trying to force this to keep going down. Now, as you can see from the stochastic and the RSI, the MACD, they're not ready to go all the way. They're just trying to stop it from forcing over that trend line, because they know if it goes past, it continues on that trend line out of the resistance area, then the bulls will be taking over too much, and they would have to then find the next resistance area to try and bring it back. They'll need to find more demand so they can supply the sellers, basically. And they don't want to have to do that, so they want to keep it in a comfortable area where they see fit. So they've started to pull down, pull down, pull down, and as you can see here, the buyers are starting to push it back now, and that means that the sellers are getting a little bit comfortable, and they're letting it come back into the area because they're happy with it underneath this control line. What you want to look for is whether it passes this control line and goes back up again, or if it stays down here. If it stays down here, it shows that the sellers are getting more comfortable and that they want it to stay in this region. You might have a possible breakout also, which means if it does, then it's definitely a reverse in the trend. So then, as this being an uptrend, it will now be a downtrend, and you're just looking for confirmation patterns like the candlesticks, whether it stays at the bottom of the control line. And yeah, just generally the indicators as well, because the indicators are kind of like another confirmation for you, just to say, okay, this is what I see, but what do the indicators say? Oh, they're going with me, I'm right. Most of the time it's like that anyway. But yeah, so yeah, we're looking at a possible sellers market here. Keep an eye out on the news, obviously, because of all this coronavirus and stuff. You have to kind of be very cautious with your trading. It's kind of good for us because it's helping with the volatility. Don't get me wrong, I love it. But for those of you who are new to this, try and just use smaller lot sizes as possible, and just stay safe. Stay safe. Stay in your house. This is the best time to be trading, because at the end of the day, everyone's home. You can enjoy your family time. If you're someone like me who can get away for 5-10 minutes, great. You can still trade. If you're someone like me who also can trade when people is around there, you can just be on your phone and pick a quick trade as well. So yeah, we're always here to help. Leave your comments, questions, anything you need. I'm there. You can message me directly on Instagram, Facebook. And yeah, if you haven't heard already, I may be releasing a new robot soon. So look out for it. I'm happy to say that it's doing well so far. But God bless you all. Stay safe. We will get through this. Keep your heads up. And those of you who aren't trading yet, get on it, because the time is now. I've been preaching to the choir for how long, and y'all ain't listening. You will one day. Anyway, I'm not being preaching. I love you guys. Peace.